based on last week's game, what did you like? What didn't like? What didn't you like?
Well, for until about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, we'd played pretty good. They, 1 for 9 on third down and had 5 points, right? So we played, and then the last, we were 0 for 5 on third down the rest of the game. So, we've got to play better at the end of games. We're just in the fourth quarter. So that's been a priority. It has been the last 3 weeks. We just have not taken care of it yet. So we're still working on that, and hopefully we can get something done this week.
You say over 5, you mean like the Giants were 5 for 5?
Yeah, they were 5 for 5 on third down. So, and that's why we weren't successful late in the game, and that's been our case. We've been really good on third down for much of the game, and then at the end we're not. So, we've got to figure that out.
Matt said yesterday that he was impressed with Kenny Robinson when he got his opportunity. What have you seen from him over the last few weeks developing more than just a special teamer?
Well, Kenny's always had really good ball skills. He's really got a knack for the football, and he's physical. He just hasn't had an opportunity to play, and so we gave him that this past week, and he took advantage of that. I think he had 13 snaps and had some real nice tackles, and so his role will increase as we go, I think.
Phil, what are the things in particular that you guys have missed the most about Shaq over the last 3 weeks?
Well, like I was talking, some of our staffs were talking to the Giant coaches, and they thought Shaq was really playing well. He was physical, and he was really a presence inside. So, and that's from, the opponent. So, Shaq's, he knows the system now. He's 237 pounds. He's much bigger than he was a year ago. He's playing that way. He's still playing fast. And so, and then his leadership, he calls the defense and those type things. So, and then, you miss Shaq in matchups, and especially on third down. So there's a lot of, things that Shaq does on the football field for us that you don't replace. So it'll be good to have him back.
Has there been particular moments where that communication issue, because he's normally the guy calling plays, are there particular moments you've seen during these last 3 where it's like Shaq would have cleaned that up? Or?
Well, not so much on the headset, but on the field every now and then there's a situation. We had one early in the ball game where we didn't make a check based on a formation, and I don't think that would happen with Shaq in there. So, so he really brings that to the table. So, we've missed Shaq, and it's good to have him back.
Do you feel confident you'll have him Sunday?
Well, I think we'll have him, but to what degree, I don't know yet. We're still trying to figure that out. But he might be a limited role. We'll wait and see how this week unfolds.
Coach, with the offense unable to really sustain drives like in these last couple of games, would you say that fatigue has been an issue on the defensive side of the ball later in the game?
Not really. We played 72 snaps, but 2 of them were kneel down, so we played 70 snaps last week. And an average football game in the NFL is 68. So, I don't think that's an excuse for anything. Now, the game before, we did play a lot of snaps, and fatigue could have been an issue at the end, but not last week.
How close is Stephon?
He's getting closer. So, guys, we have about 6 guys, 5 or 6 on defense. We're going to have to wait till the end of the week. We'll know more late Friday, tomorrow, and early Saturday, how much they're going to play or if they're going to play. So we'll just have to wait and see.
You schemed up a lot more pressure for Burns in the game on Sunday. How much will getting some of those guys back allow you to scheme more pressures, do more stunts, maybe send more guys at the quarterback?
Yeah, if the corner position gets healthy with the guys, CJ and Gilmore, it allows us to do a lot more. So, and then you get Shaq back, which also allows you to do more. So, we're looking forward to when everybody's healthy and can play, for 60 minutes. When that's going to take place, I'm not sure yet.
How hard is that to make a plan for a week when you don't know injury-wise who's available and who's not? I mean, what does that do specifically during Wednesday practice, Thursday practice?
You know, what we do is we put together the plan, what we want, and then it can even be affected in the game. You know, somebody goes like CJ got hurt in the game early last week, right? So it can be affected your game plan during the game, what you can run and what you can't run. And so but we put in what we want to run, and then as the week unfolds and as the game unfolds, we use what we can use. And so that's how we implement the game plan.
Phil, what about preparing for their rushing offense? I know you're familiar with Mike Davis.
Yep.
But they're incorporating Patterson a good bit too.
Yeah, Patterson, he's really a good football player. You know, it's interesting that he was not featured early in the season, and he has been the last 3 weeks, and has been really productive. Not only as a runner, but as a receiver. He can also throw. He can do so many things, and he's big and physical. So, and we know, you know, I think Mike's really a good back. He's physical and he runs tough. So, you know, they're going to try to run the ball against us. If you look at our stats, we're not good against the wide zone that they run. So we're going to get the wide zone a bunch in the ball game. And then they'll boot and play action off of it, you know. But, you know, Ryan's playing really well. I mean, Matt's really playing well. So, you know, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, their offense has really started to produce, and they really look like they're getting comfortable with each other in the system. So, you know, and they have some really good players at wide receiver, and so, you know, and their offensive line is a veteran group that now they have 1 or 2 young guys, but they play well together, and so, you know, they've really become a good offense.
Which position group becomes most critical against that wide zone?
Well, it's everybody, because the wide zone is really not a wide play. What they do is they start it wide, and they really overreach everybody, and these backs find a crease between, you know, each end man on the line of scrimmage. So that ball can go anywhere. You'll see it start wide and come all the way back. So everybody's got to be good in their gaps, and then one guy gets cut out, and that's why you know, the wide zone leads the National Football League in rushing every year, and that's why the ball can go anywhere. So we all got to be disciplined.
You saw a lot of that Dallas, Minnesota. Is that right?
Yeah, you know, they're wide zone teams, and we have not played the wide zone. We've played most of the runs real well. The wide zone we have not. So, you know, they know that. They have the stats, so they'll try to attack us with that.
What have you seen from Kyle Pitts on film?
Excuse me?
What have you seen from Kyle Pitts on film?
Well, it's really interesting because early in the year, you know, they didn't feature him at all, right? And now he's going crazy, right? I mean, but he's a big. You know, some of the guys, I was with Megatron in Detroit. I was on the staff with Calvin, and they compare him to him. We'll see after we play him, right? But he is big, and he's got really good movement, great ball skills, not good, great ball skills, unbelievable. If the ball's anywhere around him, he comes down with it, whether it be with 2 or 1 hand. So I think the biggest thing with him is his catch radius. You can cover him, but he can still catch the football, and he does it over and over. So, but he is really, you know, they have really started to feature him, and you look at his yards and catches in the last 3 weeks.
Have you seen a model on him that is successful in defending him?
Well, you know, it depends on where he lines up, because he lines up everywhere, and he has different. So he has certain traits that I think match where he lines up better than others. So you got to be careful where he lines up, what you do. And I think the guys that are smart with that play him okay, right? You're never going to dominate this guy. He's just got, you know, if Ryan throws him the football, he has a chance to catch it. That's how good he is. So, but hopefully he doesn't take over the game, that we can control, you know, his productivity.
Is Jeremy Chin a guy that could be a nice matchup for him?
Well, that's one of the reasons we got Jeremy, right? Is so that he could match up on guys like, you know, Pitts. And so, you know, that's why we got Jeremy. So, you know, we'll use him in that way and see how it goes.
Does it take him out of, like, when you ask him to follow a guy, does that take him out of certain other things you'd want him to do, such as rush the passer, play center field, et cetera?
Yeah, but we have a variety of stuff too. We can look like we're covering them in blitz, right? So it depends on where he lines up. You will have a variety, and the hard thing is Ryan has seen everything in his career, right? So to confuse him is hard to do, that's really the chess match is with the quarterback position because he calls the whole game. So.
Phil, first, it's nice to meet you. My name's Ellis. I'm the Observer's new Panthers reporter.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons have only allowed 9 sacks this year. I think it's third fewest in the league. What are they doing well in protection?
Well, okay, the protection is good, but it's Ryan. He's getting rid of the football, and his movement in the pocket this year, I mean, looks like he's 25 again. It's amazing. He's making unbelievable throws, moving in the pocket and escaping the pocket. Now, he escapes the throw, right? But he's been really impressive this year. He's doing a good job and great decisions with the football. So I think he is making this whole thing really come together. And I think because of how quick he gets rid of it, his movement in the pocket has helped with sacks.
Do you find more success playing coverage versus veteran quarterbacks like that rather than trying to overwhelm them with pressure?
I don't think you can play any one thing against him. You've got to be able to mix it, and hopefully you make enough plays where you can slow him down.